Hello, everybody. Hope that you're having an awesome night. So, I said I would be coming on at 7 p.m. To hop on live. So, I'm going to give everyone a chance to hop on if you caught that I was coming on, and a couple different things going on at this time. For people that don't know, my name is Robin, and I am an intuitive healer, and so I offer readings and different styles of healing. And of course, I do card readings. So often I'll come on here and pull up cards for people, do weekly readings, do monthly readings, talk about the moon, etc. I do many other things. You can check out robinshealing.com if you are interested. And I really just want to get into the messages. Again, I'm coming on a little bit early, so if you would like a message, just ask your question. You can also say, what can I expect for this week, as we are doing a weekly reading for Monday until Sunday. And also, we are connecting to the new moon, which we will already be feeling right now in Scorpio for October 25th. Okay. We're also starting eclipse season. So I'm really interested to know what's going to come up for us. So you can ask, what should I know about the new moon? We can go into that. All right, cards are starting to hop up. Great. Isabel, what can I expect for this week? Okay. So again, we'll keep letting people hop on here. We do have a card, but I'm going to see what other cards are coming up. Also, you can set some intentions. Energy is definitely interesting. It feels like there's a lot of things for people this week that are unclear, okay? So what does it mean when things are unclear? All right, it means that we're working through some stuff at this time, all right? So it might be a week of reflection, which absolutely makes sense with new moon energy, because we're just coming into a place where we're getting ideas, all right? So if you're feeling like uncertain, this is a time where it makes sense. Again, it's a great time for a reading. It's a great time for doing rituals. And it's also really important that you're bringing your energy into a state where it's supportive for what you want to bring in. All right. So we do things like I am statements. We do things such as like underneath my rituals, I have a lemon cleanse. That's where we do a little bit of healing over the lemon. We put salt on top of it, and then if it gets moldy, that means that the energy's not really manifesting the way that it could be. If it comes up clean, then that means then that energy is moving forward. Okay, so you might want to check out that video as well. We can use it to bring in abundance, etc. But again, the energy is just coming up is like, maybe we're not feeling as on as we would like to be. And it might be important to ground yourself where the energy is in Scorpio. Okay, so this new moon in Scorpio is really bringing up a very intuitive side to us. Again, if you're not grounded, it makes it really challenging to tap into that energy. Okay, so if everybody that's hopping on at 7 o'clock now just gets into a grounded space, I'm going to read the first card here for our week. And again, this is going to be for the week, but then we'll also talk a little bit more about the new moon. And we're also going to go in for Isabel, and we're just going to, with her permission, do a little scan here. Okay, so right away I get some tension in the top of my head. Okay, communication is key, new moon in Gemini. Okay, this is for this week. So if you're feeling like you're a person who is very clairvoyant, meaning you can really tap into dreams, you can really tap into emotions, things like that, it's really important that you're doing some type of meditation. Because when you can get, as you could see, I just closed my eyes and I went into that state. It's super important, because if we have too many thoughts going everywhere, we're not able to really focus. Okay, so the encouragement for you is to really just focus. All right. And then this week, where communication is key, new moon in Gemini, the start of the week, what you're going to be finding is you have a lot more creativity and healing abilities than possibly you realize. All right. So that means um, you might want to do some healing work. You might want to do some classes. You might want to start reading or watching videos about intuitive work. All right. Because when you do that, it's going to help you with your tools. And so, how can I feel better? And then you start working on that. All right. So, learning about cards might be a good idea. All right. Nothing will come of this situation. All right. So, void of course moon. All right. So this week again you might be feeling like you're letting go of a lot of stuff. All right. You're releasing a lot. Because we're starting that eclipse season, it is a time for bringing in your dreams, really working on again setting an intention for yourself. What do I want long term? And so when you decide what it is that you want, you're going to be letting go and shedding a lot of skin. So this is where the releasing work comes up. So it might be a great time to do things that you love and bring more joy into your environments, bring joy into your home. If you want a new puppy, if you um, even get a goldfish or something like that, it feels like bring the joy into your space. What brings you joy? Do your best to not worry about the money at this time. Focus on the joy, okay? And again, if you would like a message, if you're hopping on and you catch this, expect powerful change. Okay, so throughout the week, we're going to go throughout the later end of the week. Powerful change makes sense with the eclipse energy. This is really bright. And so it's really about projecting your voice out into the world. If you're not using your vocal cords, if you're not expressing yourself, you might find that people aren't hearing you or the universe isn't hearing you. So if you're not speaking out loud directly to the universe, again, and you might feel like, I kind of want this dream, but I'm not really sure. All right. So you have to be really confident about what you want as well. Okay. So if we go into, let's see, the weekend, let's see what comes up for the weekend. And thank you everyone who's taken the time to subscribe. Communication is key. Same card, okay? So on the weekend, you're going to be finding that if you have fears or emotions that are no longer serving you, it's a really great time to. I'm even getting to do public speaking. So really get that vocal cord where it needs to be. If you have fears around that, that's something I can help you work through. But the only way you're going to work through it is by making that decision that you want to do that. So, what would your purpose be for learning how to public speak, right? What would the purpose be for that? Well, one positive thing of learning how to public speak is that you no longer give a crap what other people think. So, that could be something that you'll be bringing in on the weekend. It could be that you're noticing that some of your fears are presenting themselves so you can just work through them. Okay. So, for instance, next weekend, right now I'm in a theta healing course. It's been really intense. It's wonderful. I'm learning tons. And then I'm going to be transitioning into yoga because one of the things that we learn in theta healing, where we're doing a lot of work, is that we need more physical exercise, like breath work, as we were already talking about going into meditation, things like that. So I'm switching it over to that balance. Okay. So I know for myself, like when we go into groups sometimes and we have to share things, or like we have to go out into break rooms, right? When we're in Zoom calls with strangers and people that I don't know, or ask questions in really big groups. Absolutely, it can be a little nerve wracking because you can lose sight of what it is that you're speaking about, right? However, when we do it and we practice it, the key thing here is like we're stepping outside of our comfort zone. Okay. So, that being said, when we look into the new moon in Aries, okay, we have it's time to take action, as we were just talking about with the weekend. Okay. So, you're seeing how the new moon and the eclipse energy and the whole week really ties in. So, this is really talking about our expectations. With this new moon in Scorpio, they're very, very, very sensitive. So we can also get really disappointed very quickly. Okay. So we want to keep our optimism up as much as we can, keep our faith up, and trust that the things that we want to bring in will come in. This is also a dark moon. Okay. So a dark moon is, especially with that eclipse energy where we have like the sun and the moon and the earth all kind of coming together at once, it might feel like things are coming up for you extra, okay, energy-wise. So when we go to do our rituals, and again, underneath my playlist, you'll see rituals, um, really make sure that you are focusing on those positive emotions. Okay. So, yeah, we're doing some release work, but really the release work doesn't come in until we've already done the manifestation work. All right. So, if you're noticing you're allowing fears to come up around this new moon because it's a very sensitive moon, make sure that you're waiting after you've had the full moon encounter and you've done the work, then to see what happens. So don't get too advanced, don't get too far ahead because you might think you want one thing and you actually want something else. Okay, so keeping the energy very light, keeping the energy very positive, and then do the work after that. Okay, that feels super important. Full moon in Aries. So we have the new moon and a full moon. So that's what you might find that this eclipse energy is bringing in. A fiery climax approaches. So this is really talking about our outcome. With this new moon, again with Scorpio, they just have this inner knowing of how things are going to unfold. So you might find that by doing the guided meditations, by doing the manifestation work, as I was already doing, I just went in and just did a scan. You might find that just by inviting that purpose in when you're doing things, like I'm setting an intention to only focus on money and really focusing on all the good things that I can do with the money. So it's not like I want to bring in money. It's like, no, I want to bring in money so I can manifest like my dream home, so I can manifest my dream family life, so I can manifest the health that I want, things like that. Okay, so definitely go a little bit deeper into the dream work. It feels super important. It's also okay to dissect things in bite-sized pieces. So if you're going to work on the new moon, you might want to start tonight, do a little bit tomorrow night, and do a little bit the next night, and then trust that whatever's going to unfold by the time we get to the next full moon, which will also be a part of the eclipse season, that's going to all have an impact. So what's coming up with the eclipse is that there are just like bite-sized pieces, but it's all coming in chunks. Okay, so it's like the family, the home, and then see what happens next. Okay, so I'm talking over the next few months or so that will lead to longer term things. All right, so really be specific as well, because when the more specific you can be without controlling it, the easier it will be to measure the results for yourself or also identify when there's a fear. All right, does that make sense? So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks again for everyone who likes this, comments, and of course subscribes. And I will see you next time. Bye for now.